Welcome back to Her Moment, and thank you for choosing to stay tuned to Rico TV. Now, earlier on, before we went in for a short break, we were talking about the life of Cynthia, her journey as a child, the challenges and dreams that she had as a young girl. So right now, we want to get into her life more to understand how she has managed to, manage work, family, and also the other responsibilities that come with being a human being, with being a woman, with being a wife, with being a mother. Well, I'm assuming because she had kids. So let's get into that. Kindly tell us, how have you managed family, work, and the other responsibilities that come with being a girl, a woman, a mother, a wife? Yeah? How have you done that?
Okay, first and foremost, it is so challenging, so tough. I don't know. I think first and foremost, as women, like I mentioned, you have got to reflect a lot, review your life, and think deeper. Because what usually happens is we lose our support systems when we get too busy trying to manage life. But it's very, very important for us to build that support system. It's more critical, in fact, for you to build a support system that will see you through your challenges. For instance, when you travel, do you have someone who can take care of your kids? Is there someone who can be called upon by your children? Is there someone who can occupy that gap to allow you to be able to juggle work effectively and its demands and so on? Because you find sometimes you have to work over the weekend and other times you have to go home late. So again, it comes down on that intricate, very delicate balancing act.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3 children. I have a set of twins, my firstborns, a boy and a girl, who are 10 years old. And then my son who follows them is 8 years old. So I'm a mother. I'm a mother of 3 kids.
Okay.
And like I've mentioned, they're in primary school. And so it's been a journey, but not an easy one, if you ask me. And for me, really, I have a lot of respect for women. And I keep telling my friends that as women, our challenges are unique to us. And we need to form support groups of career parents, to support each other, to share practices. There are times when you feel like you're overburdened, like you can't take another step, you can't go on. There are times when you're so stressed. I have my moments when I feel like I'm sick, like I am really sick. I go to the doctor, I wake up in the morning, I feel like I am just going to fall backwards because I am dizzy and so on. And when they check, I'm okay. I'm not sick. I'm just exhausted. You know what I mean? I'm just completely burnt out, as the saying goes. So the one thing is, we need to find the support system. You can't do it alone. You can't go it alone.
So basically, you need a supportive husband.
A supportive husband, supportive friends, supportive family members, all through, because you can't rely on one person. What if that person is not available? Then what do? The other thing is to prioritize. You can't want to be part of everything or allow everything to be part of your life. You have got to get your priorities straight and in a particular order. If it's, God first, that I will do certain actions first. Then my family second, then that after God, my family will come second, and this is how I will allocate my time. Then if whatever it is, career comes third or whatever, you prioritize like that. Family, you have to get your own ducks in your own row and then give time to those things that you are prioritizing. If it's your health, that I will go to the gym because health is not a luxury. You can't take it for granted. You have to work out for your state of mind. For the moments you're so stressed out and so tired, exercises actually do wonders. Otherwise, you find so many people getting diseases, diabetes, pressure, whatever. Because truth be told, today we have what we call non-communicable diseases. And it's a big challenge. People are suffering from back pains, all these new age challenges that are coming from our lifestyles. So how do you overcome that? And then the other thing is you have to have a mentor. Everybody who is successful is coached And if you check my social media pages and so on, I say I am coached. I don't act like I know it all. Even if I know it, I want it reminded to me. And sometimes someone will say it in a different way and give you a different perspective to that same issue. So you can see the same thing in 3D, you know what I mean? So, and for instance, you can know that it's not good to lie, right? Yeah. But you lie anyway. But if someone says to you that, you know, this was wrong, then you probably face it with a new pair of eyes. So we all need mentors, we need coaches. You need a coach who will guide your journey, someone to bounce off issues. Because sometimes, while you can build a support system, you have to be intelligent enough to understand that these people can be good at helping me, for instance, be there for me when I need a social life, right? But probably they are not the people who are going to give you the best advice when it comes to career growth. So who are those people who are going to help you, shape you, groom you, and help you? They should be people you look up to, somebody who is in the line that you're aspiring to be.
You should, as a person, you should have a person that you look up to. Who's that one person that you've always admired, that you've always wanted to be like?
Well,
on the Ugandan scene, actually, on the Ugandan scene.
The first person I've always admired is my guardian angel, my auntie, Harriet Jackson. I think she's exceptional. She's an entrepreneur, but she has a most amazing attitude. And you know, most of us, truth be told, the people we call our mentors, the people we look up to are your mother, the people who've shaped you, who've groomed you, who've helped you. But of course, I know what you're looking for. You're probably looking for me to say an Oprah Winfrey in that caliber of who is this person who really dazzles you and amazes you. And that person for me on the local scene is my board chairman, Patrick Vitature. I think he's an exceptionally grounded human being, very calm, very composed, very humble, very down to earth. And it's such an honor to sit on a board with him, because I sit on, like I mentioned, on the private sector board, and I sit with all these amazing human beings who've all achieved in life. I mean, the creme de la creme of this country sits on that board. And for me to sneak in and sit on that board is like, every time I'm sitting there, I say, God, who am I to sit with the most exceptional brains in this country and to be able to make a contribution at that? So I really, really, it would be Vitature by all means for me on the local scene.
On the international scene?
On the international scene, I'm a philanthropist, so I quite admire already Oprah, largely because she manages as a woman. One, she's a woman. Two, she's really kind and helpful and really supports causes and people and tries to transform people's lives. And she manages to make money doing humanitarian things, you know, supporting communities, transforming lives, and makes money. And she's very inspirational, goes and does all this public talking. And then she's in my space, she does talking for a living. Yeah. And I mean, it's proof that you can actually, because there are sometimes people who don't understand public relations, and they think, oh, PR is just, you know, for these little girls who go around, you know, whatever, attend events, parties, and so on. And that's not what it's about. So many people's lives are transformed through that.
What is that one advice you can give a woman out there that is a mother, a wife, and also a career woman? Because so many of, you've mentioned it, like there's so many challenges that people have to face, women have to face, especially if they're mothers, if they're wives, if they're career women. What is that one advice you can give them?
I'm not sure I can give one advice, largely because life is not one-dimensional. You know, there are different challenges, they require different things. But one thing I can tell women, if you're looking to progress in career, because we are all at different life stages. Some already have careers, some are looking for employment, some are mothers, some are looking for children. So you see, everybody's challenge is quite different. But if I am to talk to a working woman, a mother, and everything, who is juggling already, who is in that space, the one thing I would say is, besides getting that support system, is continuous professional development. As women today, we have to continuously invest in being knowledgeable. Like they say, knowledge is power. You have got to continuously improve yourself to remain competitive, to earn that respect, because as women, you have to try harder, 3 times harder, to occupy the same space a man occupies. You prove yourself 3 times harder. You do everything more over and above for you to earn that respect, the credibility, and so on. So you can't do that by just living, no, sitting back and saying, oh, I got a job, so what? That's not enough. I mean, today we have the advantage of the internet. There are all these online courses. There are all these learnings you can do. Get certified courses. Add to your knowledge. Add to your power. Women today, we know that today, actually I keep telling people that having data is not a luxury. It's a human right. Today you can't compete at the same level if you have no access to internet. So anyways, that's a story for another day. So when I hear it's being taxed and so on, I'm thinking, oh wow, we are trying a growing nation. We need, so many people are actually not already on the net. So many people can't afford data, and well, we have that situation. But what I think is that you have access to information. Read. We have a problem in Africa. We don't like to read, but you can't avoid it. Today, the amount of information we are exposed to, we are told, is equivalent to 55 newspapers a day. Okay? It's an equivalent. That's how much information you have at your fingertips. So try to get informed, know what's happening, use it to your advantage. You can't sit at home and say, oh, because I don't have a job, but you have a degree. Get online. You're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on chat. What's that? Snapchat. You're on Snapchat, you're everywhere. Why don't you use that to benefit you? There are people making money on the internet.
What is that one problem you think girls right now are facing, and how do you think they can deal with it?
I've done quite a bit of talking to Rotarians and so on, and young women, and I keep saying, I don't know how to say it nicely, but this whole thing of slaying, slay queen and so on, I mean, if you have to be a slay queen and it earns you some money, by all means do it. But if it's not taking you anywhere and you're just keeping up appearances and pretending, how will someone, today, let me tell you, everything you put on the net will forever have a record. It doesn't matter later when you're grown up that you can go back to the net and delete it. Too late, my friend. So what you invest, and we have to have that foresight, how you invest your time, your abilities online is very crucial. There are people making money, starting businesses. I see all the time young people saying, I'm a good tailor. Guys, bring your clothes to me. I can tailor this. I can make this craft. I can turn bottles into this, decoration. Those are people who are using the internet very productively. You can go to the internet to relax and socialize. By all means, it's a social network. But how can you leverage the net to add value to yourself as a woman, to increase your knowledge, to study, to start a business, to make some money? Can you make some money while having fun, while at it, These days we pay bloggers. All organizations today will pay bloggers. And you know what a blogger does? All they have to do is get a huge following. Make sure you engage your audience creatively, grow your numbers. Then the rest of us will look for you to give you money because you have a following. So I think it's about strategy. You can't sit down. If you have a parent who can give you airtime, or a friend or whoever, and you say there's an employment problem. Yes, there's an employment problem, but it's not going to go away in thin air. We have got to find our own solutions to the problems we are experiencing today ourselves. Government. Who is government? We, the people. So we have to find those solutions to our problems. But I like I said, you asked me for one thing. And if it's that, it's for personal growth.
Personal growth.
Yes.
So girls should invest a lot in their
Yes, and not look for men to give them money. I mean, the trend of girls who think looking hot is the solution. You just look beautiful and hot, and then men will hint on you, and then they'll give you money. How sustainable is that? Women, we are not sex objects. We have value. We are women. We have substances. We are mothers. We are the people who have held generations. All men, all women have gone through the hands of a mother, of a woman. So if all you do is just put yourself out there on a skewer like a piece of meat, and that's all you're good at, it's for me, frankly speaking, and you can tell from the passion in my voice, I feel like it's demeaning to us, the rest of us as women, because we have brains. You can look beautiful and have brains and do productive things without necessarily belittling the rest of the womanhood. Yeah. So how can we as women position ourselves to be respected, to help contribute to the solutions? And I like that today we have so many women hustling, so many single mothers, so many women hustling, making a living, sustaining their families, contributing to the family. And that's the journey we should all really continue to, support ourselves on.
I want us to briefly go back to your childhood. I noticed that you growing up, you grew up in a not so very okay background, because you lost your parents, and at a certain point you had to work, to look for your own tuition and also cater for your needs.
Yes.
And definitely there are women outside there that are going through the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. What is that one thing you would give them, or you would tell them to use in order to actually get to where you are as a person? Because everybody has dreams, everybody has aspirations that they want to achieve, but challenges do come.
Yes.
So what is that one thing you can tell them so that they can use it to actually survive in this world?
For me, I think the advice I'll give to everybody else, every woman out there hustling, is you just keep on keeping on. You just have to keep moving. And you will fall many, many times. You will be told of many, many times. People will tell you you're not good enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're not worthy, they'll put you down. That's not your problem. What people think and say about you is their problem. Don't listen to things that don't build you. I frankly think that our networks, the networks we build around ourselves, have everything to do with who we become in life. You cannot be an eagle and you're flying with doves. That's just not how life works. If you're going to be an eagle, you have got to associate with eagles. If you're always gossiping and listening to cheap conversations and doing useless things and just spending all your time doing invaluable things, you can't really excel and be better than that. So for me, just keep on keeping on and moving in the right direction. Like I said, all the things I've said. If you need to get a mentor, if you need continuous education, if you need coaching, if you need, I don't know what you need, career positioning, there are all these trainings that are happening recently. There's this motivational speaker called Pepe Minambo. He started a career coaching brand repositioning training that's happening in Serena every Thursday, and it's 100,000, but you pay 30,000 as a down deposit. Invest in your life. Don't wait for other people to say, let's do this for you, come here. No, invest in your own personal growth and keep on keeping on, and make sure you don't take in rubbish, because even if you have friends and you keep going out and they're saying all these useless things, all they think about is men and how they can leverage that, then the likelihood that you end up like that is very, very high. So surround yourself with people who contribute to your growth, to your life, and pick yourself up. Attitude is everything. Attitude is everything. It's okay to cry. It's okay to break down. It's okay to go through all sorts of things. It's okay to be human. It's part of the journey. Just remember that as long as there is and this is what I always tell myself, every time I feel like I've lost, I've failed, I'm beaten, this is it, I get on my knees. I get on my knees and I tell myself there is no general that ever lost a war by quitting or won a war. Let me repeat that. There is no general that ever won a war by quitting. Quitting is not an option. You keep in there. You hang on by a rope, by a thread, I don't know by what, but you keep going, and when you keep pushing, somehow you'll get, somehow.
So amazing. So now, is there any last thing that you want to tell us? Any last remarks? Any last thing to wrap up our moment show?
Well, it's been a great honor having this chat with you and sharing my story and sharing a bit of the knowledge that I've acquired in life. Like, I want to tell my fellow women, I mean, people see other people's glory, but they don't know their stories. This whole thing of surrounding, you spend a lot of time on Instagram, you're seeing all these beautiful girls living it up, doing things, partying and so on. That's quite interesting, and I mean, you wouldn't blame anyone for trying to follow that and being a part of it and trying to replicate it. However, everybody, let nobody kid anybody. Everybody has challenges. Even those people who look like they have it together, they have problems. So what do? Let us find people who will keep it real for us, help us put life into perspective, and try to be ourselves and the best versions of ourselves, not try to act it up and pretend. There's so much pretentiousness going around, and it's not worth it. I mean, if it doesn't put money in your pocket, it's useless. If it doesn't add value to your family, to whatever, it's useless. So everybody has their story, and you see only their glory because it's what they present to the world. But they also have your story. So many people are hurting, so many people are going through challenges, so many people have failed to juggle life, so many people have issues, diseases, name it. But they won't bring that out. So don't be there just saying, oh, I just want to be like this person, and then you wake up and do crazy things that will get you in trouble just to get to where they want to be. Just work hard, keep clawing. Yeah.
So thank you once again for actually coming through and talking to us and letting us know your story. We've definitely learned a lot. Thank you once again. So that was it in this episode of Her Moment. I've really learned a lot in this episode because one, her story is very amazing. She did not have the easy life. That is the truth. Like, she didn't have it easy, but she worked her way to the top. She went through all challenges that most of us have gone through, that probably most of us are still going through. But this is what she says. As a young girl, you need to have dreams, you need to be focused, and most importantly, you need to work hard because you're competing with so many people that have talent, so many people that are doing better than you. So you as a young person, you need to always, seek self-development. Make sure that you read. Make sure that you try to seek information, be informed, know what you need to know, find out what other people know. I mean, the internet is everywhere lately, so you can easily access it. So why not read and, equip yourself with information that can take you to greater heights and that can make you a wonderful person. I hope you've learned something, and I hope you've enjoyed the show. It's been amazing. See you next time. It's been Her Moment.